Hi guys, Princess Honeypot here. Happy Christmas Eve. I can't believe it's Christmas Eve, 24th of December already. Santa comes tonight, guys. Hope everyone's having a reasonably good day today. Me and my boyfriend have got some last minute Christmas shopping to do. Not because he's a man or anything like that. The fact is he doesn't get his bonus till yesterday, so we go and do the last few bits and pieces like selection boxes and stuff like that on Christmas Eve. But anyway, just talk about all that jargon. So yeah, so we're off to do that. So I'm feeling a McDonald's breakfast, guys, because I'm a little bit obsessed with cheese and bacon flatbreads. Yummy. And I think a hot chocolate might be needed today, as is Christmas Eve. So yeah, so I'm going to get straight in because he's going to be here in about half an hour. I'm actually filming this at 7:01 AM today because we wanted to get to the shops before it went crazy. So yes, so Christmas Eve, as I say, can't believe it. I mean, this month has absolutely flown. Where is Christmas Eve? Oh, there we go. Right at the very top. I will not be eating the chocolate. It's far too early for me to eat chocolate. So we will have a look what it is. If I can get it out of the box. It's going to play up today. Right, okay. Oh, look, we got a little polar bear or teddy bear with his little hat on. He's cute, isn't he? And some snow behind. And what chocolate did we get? See, I told you, look, Santa again. So I was right. You get Santa, snowman, which we haven't had many snowmen, reindeer, and an elf. Yeah, so it is literally just the four. And we've got a yellowy purple snowflake today. Is it yellow or am I colourblind? It might be white. No, I think it is like a creamy colour. Possibly, I don't know. I mean, my lighting is terrible, so we'll have a look in a minute. Right. Okie doke, that's that one done. And then we want 24 on this little beauty, which is up the top. You actually get a 25 with this one. 24, my favourite. So, see if I can not pull the door off today. Oh, I didn't. That's 2 days running, guys. I didn't pull the door off. What we got today then? Well, that's pretty. It's another charm to go on the non-existent charm bracelet. It's got like little diamante crystals, and it's a little heart. So that's very cute, isn't it? Yep, quite like that one. And of course, rose gold on the back with the, does say Disney somewhere, yeah. But yeah, I think it does. Yeah, just down in the corner. So yeah, so that's the pretty one of them. And again, it's just one of them silly little clip things, but you know, guys. Yeah. So yeah, just one of them clips. Right. I'll show you one more time just because it's Christmas Eve and you know you want to see the diamonds. Diamonds, yeah, right. I think it's really, really sparkly and pretty though. I actually really like that one. Okay, guys. It's almost all gone. Sad, isn't it? Right, and the last book, what do we think we've got today? We've got, it's a background, it's red background with white stars. Kind of looks American-y, but it's white. Don't know if I can show you. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to. It is right there in the corner. See? Red background, white stars. Kind of reminds me of like the USA stuff. 24. Last book, guys. So sad. I will not be keeping the giant like book it comes in, because it is too heavy, but I will be certainly keeping all of the books because they've been amazing this year. And the last story is a purple one, and it is, oh look, Onward. I wouldn't really call that a Christmas film, but okie doke. Do you know what? I'm going to put the light on. Oh, give the easy hair a quick brush because it is in my face. I've actually had it coloured recently. You can kind of make out all the blonde and brown streaks in this lighting. Okay, yeah, so from the movie Disney Pixar Onward. In a world where magic had been replaced by technology, Ian Lightfoot was a shy teenage elf who lived with his mum, brother Barley and their pet dragon Blazy. Ian and Barley's dad had passed away when the boys were very young. Ian missed his dad every day and wished he could talk to him for real. Today was Ian's 16th birthday, and his mum, Laurel, had a surprise for him. Ian and Barley's dad had left a special gift for them, which was only to be opened when both the boys had turned 16. Inside was a real wizard's staff, a rare phonics gem, and a visitation spell. They would allow Ian and Barley to bring back their dad for one day only. So that there's Ian being attacked by Blazy. I have Blazy in a plush. And then you've got Laurel, Ian and Barley there, and he's looking at the note from his dad. You can see. But yeah, Blazy's very cute. Look at his big blue tongue. Up in Ian's bedroom, the brothers tried the spell, and suddenly a beam of light shot out of the staff. Then their father's shoes and socks began to materialise, but Ian was struggling to hold the staff steady. Barley tried to help, but the gem exploded. They thought the spell had failed until they heard something rustling in the wardrobe. It was their dad, but only his bottom half. His legs staggered around, and Ian was upset to see his father's confusion. Barley tapped out a rhythm on Dad's shoes, like he'd done as a child. Dad tapped his foot in reply, then placed his foot on Ian's. He knew his sons were with him. So look, you can see the beam of light coming out to staff, Barley and Ian there, and then you can see Dad's feet and legs appearing. And you see what we got? What's circling? I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff circling around. And then you've got Barley and Ian down there, and you can see the whole of Dad's bottom half. So the magic's still in where his stomach area would be. Belt, pants or trousers, and shoes. Now Ian and Barley had to find another phoenix gem to retry the spell before sunset. But first they had to get a map to help them. "We'll start at the place where all quests begin," said Barley confidently. The Manticore's Tavern. The Manticore was a legendary 1,000-year-old warrior. Ian had his doubts, but the three Lightfoot men piled into Guinevere, Barley's van, and drove off. Along the way, Ian used old clothes to make an upper body for Dad. When they arrived at the tavern, they found it was now a family-friendly restaurant, hosting birthday parties and karaoke. I love karaoke. Obsessed by karaoke. I love to sing. And the Manticore, now better known as Corey, was no longer the fearsome beast spoken about in legend. Barley asked Corey for the map, but she refused. Corey now believed quests were dangerous. So that there's Ian and Barley and half of Dad. Or, well, it is Dad, but it's made, the top of him. And Guinevere here. And then you've got Ian, Barley, the Manticore, Corey, and this one. This actually, it kind of looks more like Dad in this light. And then this is the Manticore's Tavern, or the restaurant place. And then you can see someone's bringing out some soup. Is it soup? It might be a pie. You know what blind I am. I think it might be a pie, actually. I like the three little lights on top of Guinevere. Actually, I've got a mug of Guinevere that I got from Disney Store, or Shop Disney UK, and I need to, I want to use that, actually. I don't quite know what I've done with it, though. Barley reminded Corey that she used to take risks and lived for adventure. Realising she was living a lie, the manticore cried out, "What have I become?" Then she blew fire around the tavern, burning everything modern. Suddenly, a flaming wooden beam started falling towards Dad. Using the staff, Ian was able to use a levitation spell and save him. On a menu which was based on the original map, Barley found a clue that led to Raven's Point. So they jumped into Guinevere. So look, you can see Ian trying to save Daddy. And here's the big wizard staff. Very cool. I do like the lighting, it's really nice. I know it's fire, but it just looks really pretty. Another nice one for a print, guys. What do you reckon? On the way, they needed to get petrol. As Ian was filling up the petrol can, he heard Dewdrop, the leader of a motorcycle club of tough-talking sprites called Pixie Dusters, arguing with Barley. Then, Dad accidentally bumped into the Pixie Dusters motorbikes and they all fell over. The sprites were furious. Ian, Barley and Dad jumped in Guinevere and managed to get away. However, they were soon pulled over by the police. Ian used a disguise spell to cloak himself and Barley in an image of Officer Bronco, their mum's boyfriend. But the spell came with a rule. If Ian lied, a part of the disguise would disappear. The plan worked until one of the officers called Barley a screw-up. When Ian disagreed, one leg vanished. Barley knew Ian had lied. So look, you can see, trying to get away from the sprites, knocking all the motorcycles over. Here's the sprites down here. And then you've got Officer Bronco down here, who's like half man, half horse or half, I don't know what he is, something or other. And then you've got the other police lady here. And there's Dad. Having got away from the police, Ian tried to explain that he didn't think his brother was a screw-up, but Barley knew magic didn't lie. Barley turned on the music in the van and got out. "I don't know how any of this stuff works," exclaimed Ian. "All I know is that everything we've done tonight has gone wrong." "It's gone wrong because you won't listen to me," replied Barley. Suddenly, Dad started dancing to the vibrations of the music. He strutted over to the boys and got them dancing too. With the tension broken, Barley said he wanted a chance to prove himself, and Ian agreed to do things his way. So look, there they are, look, dancing away. Or actually, tapping away. So Ian, Barley and Dad grooving on down. Let's see. You can make up Barley's wristband thing with the little, I think they're kind of like, I can't remember what they were just like sticky out metal sort of stud things. Meanwhile, worried about her sons, Laurel had been to the Burning Tavern, where the Manticore told her about their quest. The tavern owner then remembered about the Phoenix Gem curse, which she'd forgotten to mention to Barley and Ian. The only thing that would help against the curse was her enchanted sword, the Curse Crusher. They raced to the pawn shop and managed to get the sword back at an inflated price from the greedy owner, Gretlin. Back on the quest, Ian, Barley and Dad had reached the statue of a raven. Barley realised that the clue wasn't leading them to Raven's Point. It was telling them to go where the ravens were pointing. Sure enough, when they looked in the direction the statue pointed, they could see another raven in the distance. Ian was impressed. Maybe his brother had been right all along. So look, there's the Manticore in the pawn shop. There's the Gretlin, moody woman. Or, I think it's a woman. Then you've got Ian and Barley here, and Barley's pointing. And you can see he's pointing the same as Raven's Point. And if you look, his arm kind of looks like the raven's beak. So that's cool. Again, the lighting in that's really cool. I like that. Following where the ravens were pointing, they eventually came to a raven that stood near a river. There was a loose stone on the raven, which Barley pulled out. The strange symbol on the stone gave him an idea. "We go to the end of the water and we'll find that phoenix gem," said Barley. Ian, Barley and Dad followed the river into a cave. Using magic, Ian made a raft from one of Barley's cheese puffs. Along the way, Ian practiced other spells. He felt more confident that he would be able to perform the visitation spell again and finally meet his dad. At that moment, Barley shared a sad memory. When their dad was in hospital, Barley was too scared to go into his room to say goodbye. Barley sighed. "That's when I decided I was never going to be scared again," said Barley. So look, there's Barley and Ian. Dad laying down there. And you've got the wizard's staff with all the magic coming out again. Exploding into a frenzy of like fiery work stuff. This cave looks really cool, doesn't it? Again, there's so much details in these little books. The river ended at the entrance to the final gauntlet. Barley said the phoenix gem would be on the other side. They ran through the tunnel and entered a small chamber which started to fill with water. The boys guided Dad to a portal opening. They climbed through the portal into the sunlight above. But they discovered they were back in New Mushroomtown, right where they started. "Now, that doesn't make sense," exclaimed Barley. "This has to be where the phoenix gem is. I followed my gut." Ian was crushed. He trusted his brother and it had got him nowhere. Ian walked away with Dad, leaving Barley alone. So look, there's Barley and Ian. And you can see they're trying to come out the top of the... I think they come out some kind of thing in the street, don't they? Like a cover hole or something, like a drain hole or something. And then you've got them there, see they're coming through. In Mushroomton. There's a dude over here. Or a dudette. I think it's a... Yeah, I think it's a guy. Ian sat on a cliff as the sun began to set and pulled out the list of things he'd wanted to do with his father. He was about to scribble them all out when he realised something. He'd already done them all, not with Dad, but with Barley. He thought about all the times during his life that his brother had encouraged him, had fun with him, and helped him become a better person. Barley had always been there, Barley had always been there for Ian. Now Ian would return the favour. In the meantime, Barley noticed that the stone from the raven statue fit perfectly in the old fountain. It opened up and a hidden chamber revealed the phoenix gem. Ian returned to help, but suddenly a smoky mist poured out of the fountain. It was the curse. The fire-breathing beast stomped towards Barley. "Run!" he shouted to Ian and Dad. Just then, a dark shape swooped down from the sky. It was the Manticore, wielding the curse crusher, with Laurel riding on her back. So look, there's Ian going to tick off all the things that he hasn't done with his dad, but he's realised he has done with Barley. And then here comes the fiery dragon-y thing there, which kind of looks like, spoiler alert, it's made of bricks. And there you can see the Manticore coming here, Corey and Laurel on the back. And there's Dad's legs and body again. While Laurel and the Manticore battled the dragon, Ian put the phoenix gem in place and cast the visitation spell. This caught the dragon's attention. Barley wanted to distract it so Ian could finally meet Dad. "No," exclaimed Ian. You say goodbye. I had someone who looked out for me, someone who pushed me to be more than I ever thought I could be. I never had a dad, but I always had you." Ian hit the dragon with a spell as Laurel tossed the curse crusher to him, and he plunged it deep into the curse. The dragon exploded in a blinding flash. Suddenly, there was another burst of light. Ian saw Dad fully materialising in front of Barley. Tears filled Ian's eyes as Barley and Dad talked. When the sun set, Dad hugged Barley and then disappeared. Barley told his brother how proud Dad was of Ian. Ian smiled. Well, I owe an awful lot of that to you. He kind of said that too, said Barley. Oh, and he told me to give you this. Barley gave his brother a great big hug. So look, there's Laurel. And she's tossing the great big curse crusher to Ian, so he can plunge it into the dragon. And then you've got Ian and Barley hugging here, and you can see the sun setting, which is really cute. Again. The quest had changed the Lightfoot family. Each of them had discovered things about themselves they hadn't known before, and the experience of seeing Dad return, even briefly, had brought the family closer together than ever. No matter what was to come, they would always have each other to lean on. So there's Laurel and her boys when they're younger. So you've got Barley here, and baby Ian. I'll say Barley's probably about 4 or 5 there, and then baby Ian, probably about 1. And then there's Laurel. She looks a lot younger, doesn't she? So yes, that was Disney Pixar, from the movie Disney Pixar Onward. And that was the last story in that collection, guys. Please let me know in the comments what you guys are up to for today and Christmas Day. Message me what your favourite present was, or what else could we say? What your favourite part of Christmas is. Mine is definitely spending it with the people I love, but obviously I get to spend it with my mum and dad and my son this year, which is a shame that I can't see everyone, but it's okay. I can deal with that. It's fine. And I hope everyone doesn't get too down. Keep smiling, and remember, you can always comment or DM me on my Instagram, which is 30bluebell30. I put a lot of stuff up on there yesterday, actually. There's a few photo shoots on there, bits and pieces, all to do with Christmas. So head on over there, guys, and give us a follow. Or if you enjoyed this, please give me a huge thumbs up, like and subscribe. And I will see you all in January. And there may be a surprise video tonight. But I'll let you know. So I will see you all soon. Merry Christmas, guys, and lots of love. Bye.